Hello, everyone, and good evening to you all. My name is Felton Parker. Today is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. As always, each day is a wonderful day to be blessed by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I sincerely hope you folks had a truly blessed and wonderful Wednesday. What I have for you guys in tonight's video is a list of all the National Day holidays from my National Day Calendar segment. That includes my featured National Day Calendar holiday. Also tonight in my weather segment, I will let you all know exactly what we're expecting for tomorrow, which is Thursday, for your Friday, the upcoming weekend, and on to the first half of next week. So without further ado, let's get things started here on this Wednesday night. Of course, I do apologize for the delayed start. I was a little busy with things, but I'm going to try to make tonight's video, try to get as much as I can in under 30 minutes time. I'm going to begin tonight's video with my National Day Calendar segment. My featured National Day Calendar holiday here. Of course, today was National Custodial Workers Recognition Day. On this day, National Custodial Workers Recognition Day encourages appreciation to the employees who keep our schools and workplaces across the nation running smoothly. Custodial workers operate behind the scenes. They are often custodial workers operate behind the scenes. They are often underappreciated for the hard work they do the day after. I'll read this over. Custodial workers operate behind the scenes. They are often underappreciated for the hard work they do day after day too. These are the personnel keeping schools, hospitals, office buildings, museums, churches, and other buildings clean and well maintained. While delivering outstanding services and running a well-maintained building, they contribute to critical first impressions in the success of any business. They're the people we call on to give our brick and mortar businesses a polished look. The banks, schools, and office buildings look organized and presentable because custodial workers efficiently keep everything in top condition. Additionally, their skills saves businesses and organizations money. Well-maintained carpets and surfaces last longer. Seasonal updates and maintenance help buildings run more efficiently as well. Custodial workers make sure buildings are ready for each season and running correctly. As a result, the buildings are safer and healthier for those entering them. They also free up time for the rest of the organization to focus on growing a business, teaching students, or caring for others. The work is physically demanding. Depending on the position, custodial workers may work varying shifts and possibly in several locations. They may be part of a team or work independently. No matter where they work, this day recognizes their dedication and hard work. We can all do our part to help custodians do their jobs. Keep our workstations neat. After a break, pick up after ourselves in the lunch break room. We can even do some light dusting around our desk, office, or cubicle. There is no reason to leave a mess for anyone else when we can simply do our part to help. If you know custodial workers, thank them today. In fact, thank them each and every day. Use hashtag Custodial Workers Recognition Day to post on social media. Today also was National Pumpkin Seed Day. Of course, we observe this day each year on the first Wednesday in October. The first Wednesday in October, I'm going to make this a little more brief. The first Wednesday in October offers up the seasonal delight, National Pumpkin Seed Day. As the temperatures cool and the leaves turn, snack on these delicious tidbits. Many of us have fond memories of roasting these delicious nuggets after carving the jack-o'-lantern. However, we never realized just how good for us they were. Surprisingly, pumpkin seeds have been valued for their dietary and medicinal properties for thousands of years. In fact, pumpkin seeds have been traced back as far as 7,000 BC, according to archaeologists excavating a tomb in central Mexico. Among other civilizations, the Aztecs and Mayans were believed to revere pumpkin seeds as an essential and powerful source of food and nutrition. As it turns out, they were onto something. In comparison to other nuts and seeds, pumpkin seeds are one of the most nutritious plant-based foods. A quarter cup serving alone includes an immune-boosting 17% of an adult's daily allowance of zinc and a robust red blood cell supporting 15% of the iron needed. This little seed also has a whopping This little seed also has a whopping 8.5 grams of complete plant-based protein in just 1 ounce. Ounce per ounce, that's 2.5 times more protein than a hard-boiled egg. These flavorful bites have much more to offer, including a plentiful helping of minerals with over 40% of the RDI of magnesium, phosphorus, and manganese, essential nutrients that aid in overall body function. Pumpkin seeds without shells, also known as pepitas, provide an even better standalone snack. Pepitas are especially delicious when dry roasted. Try adding savory seasonings too. They also make great additions to salads, oatmeal, and even ice cream. Mix them into baked goods for added crunch or to granola and bars for extra protein. Don't hesitate to elevate a savory dish to a new level by creating a pesto with pumpkin seeds. So it is all about the pumpkin seeds here on the first Wednesday in October, and of course we're in the midst of the harvest fall season, as temperatures are starting to cool, but they're really not cooling all that much. But temperatures are gradually cooling, so this is about the time of year when we get to experience the nicest of the weather. Also from the National Day Calendar segment, today also was National Smarties Day, National Walk to School Day, National Coffee with the Cop Day, National Name Your Car Day, National Fried Scallops Day, National Produce Misting Day. Also today was Random Acts of Poetry Day, alongside National Custodial Workers Day and National Pumpkin Seed Day. Of course, need I remind you guys that tonight is Rosh Hashanah. They'll give you some information about Rosh Hashanah, or the Jewish New Year, which actually began earlier this evening. I'm gonna give you some information on Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, literally head of the year. Rosh Hashanah is the new year in Judaism. The biblical name for this holiday is Yom Teruah. It is the first of the high holy days as specified by Leviticus chapter 23, verses 23 to 25, that occur in the late summer, early autumn of the northern hemisphere. Rosh Hashanah begins 10 days of penitence culminating in Yom Kippur, as well as beginning of the cycle of autumnal religious festivals running through Sukkot, which end on Shemini Atzeret in Israel and Simchat Torah everywhere else. Rosh Hashanah is a 2-day observance and celebration that begins on the first day of Tishrei, which is the 7th month of the ecclesiastical year. In contrast to the ecclesiastical lunar new year, on the first day of the first month of Nisan, the spring Passover month, which marks Israel's exodus from Egypt, Rosh Hashanah marks the beginning of the civil year, according to the teachers of Judaism, and it is the traditional anniversary of the creation of Adam and Eve, the first man and woman, according to the Hebrew Bible, as well as the indentation of humanity's role in God's world. Rosh Hashanah customs include sounding the shofar, which is a hollowed-out ram's horn as prescribed in the Torah, following the prescription of the Hebrew Bible to raising noise on Yom Teruah. Its rabbinical customs include attending synagogue services and reciting special liturgy about Tishva, as well as enjoying festive meals. Eating symbolic foods such as apples dipped in honey, hoping to evoke a sweet new year, is an ancient tradition recorded in the Talmud. Rosh is the Hebrew word for head. Ha is the definite article. The Hashanah means year. Thus, Rosh Hashanah means head of the year, referring to the day of the new year. The term Rosh Hashanah in its current meaning does not appear in the Torah. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 refers to the festival of the first day of the 7th month as Zikron Torah, a memorial blowing horns. Numbers chapter 29, verse 1 calls the festival Yom Teruah a day of blowing the horn. The term Rosh Hashanah appears once in the Bible. You would find that in Ezekiel chapter 40, verse 1, where it has a different meaning, either generally the time of the beginning of the year, or possibly a reference to Yom Kippur, or to the month of Nisan. In the prayer books, Siddur and most bookstores, Rosh Hashanah is also called Yom HaZikaron, the day of the remembrance, not to be confused with the modern Israeli Remembrance Day of the same name. Excuse me. So Rosh Hashanah meals Typically, Rosh Hashanah meals include apples dipped in honey to symbolize a sweet new year. This is a late medieval Ashkenazi addition. Other foods with this symbolic meaning may be served depending on local minhag or custom, such as the head of a fish to symbolize the prayer, let us be the head and not the tail. And of course, that's basically all that I want to share with you guys about Rosh Hashanah since this is a Jewish festival that began earlier this evening. Of course, tomorrow will officially mark the first full day of Rosh Hashanah. So it always begins. So in 2024, Rosh Hashanah begins. In 2024, Rosh Hashanah began earlier this evening on October 2nd, and it continues through Friday evening, October 4th. And of course, here's some famous Americans that we know of that have had birthdays on this day, October 2nd. Today, pop singer Jacob Sartorius turns 22. Movie actress Akbar turns 18. TV actor Brendan Meyer turns 30. Rock singer Sting turns 73. TV show host Kelly Ripa turns 54. Of course, you watch her every morning on Live with Kelly and Mark. Again, TV show host Kelly Ripa turns 54. Pop singer Blake Richardson turns 25. Soccer player Allison Becker turns 32. Pop singer Diamond Platnumz turns 35. TV actor Nathaniel Potvin turns 25. Pop singer Don McLean turns 79. Soccer player Robert Firmino turns 33. Guitarist Jim Root turns 53. Esports rapper Smino turns 33. And movie actress Camilla Bell turns 38. Those are the following notable birthdays that notable famous people, Americans that have celebrated their birthdays on today's date, Wednesday, October 2nd. So let's get on with your weather. Of course, I'll try to get as much info as I can. I know I'll start another, and hopefully tomorrow morning I'll be a little more on time. Tonight, expect pleasant conditions. Look for pleasant conditions tonight under a clear sky with temperatures ranging from near 50 in south central Arkansas to the lower and mid 60s across East Texas. Tomorrow, as you zoom on into your Thursday, look for another very warm day Thursday under a mostly sunny sky with temperatures climbing into the mid 80s to near 90 degrees. And of course, we're not under any watches or warnings here on this Wednesday night, with the exception of air qualities across portions of Central and East Texas. Of course, all is quiet here on the Shreveport radar, and of course, nothing too much is happening on the regional radar here, other than a line of showers across the Gulf of Mexico. And this is what you're gonna find. It's a stationary weak cold front which is pushed through. Now, today's afternoon high temperatures were not nearly as warm compared to what we had experienced yesterday. So today, of course, we managed to see more in terms of sunshine than we've seen yesterday. Of course, the humidity levels, and we have plenty of dry air in place. We have plenty of dry air in place and low humidity, and of course, we're under such a huge ridge of high pressure. And of course, we've seen daytime highs earlier today topping out at 90 degrees earlier on, well above the normal high, which is 85. So it's turned out to be another less humid day. So nighttime low temperatures may be a little reasonable, but daytime highs are likely going to be either at or above normal. So it turned out to be a nice and beautiful and pleasant Wednesday with mainly volleyball sunshine, and it doesn't look like that. It does not look like that. So it looks like that we mainly see more sunny and warm days for the foreseeable future. Temperature outside on this Wednesday night is 72 degrees with clear skies. Humidity is 69%, dew point is 61 degrees. We have barometric pressure at 29.97 inches of mercury. So we still have that drier in place. We still have drier in place in rather comfortable conditions. And does not look like we're going to see much of anything changing anytime. So I'll let you guys notify some changes in. And of course, I finally have a rain chance in the overall extended 7 to 10 day outlook, which I'm about to get into in a few minutes. But it doesn't. But unfortunately, it doesn't look all that impressive. Strong storm approaching Alaska. Record heat for portions of the west, watching the tropics. Increasing dangerous surf, strong winds, and heavy precipitation will affect southern portions of Alaska and Aleutian over the next few days. A strong system will move ashore across the Pacific Northwest with winds and increasing fire weather concerns for the northern Great Basin and Rockies. Extreme heat lingers for the southwest and parts of California. Closely monitoring the Gulf of Mexico. So we now have two named systems in the tropics. We have Hurricane Kirk, which has now become a major hurricane. We also have Tropical Storm Leslie. So we now have Hurricane Kirk. We also have Tropical Storm Leslie. So actually one of these is a major hurricane. So we have the season's third major hurricane. So here's the very latest on Kirk has become a Category 3 major hurricane. So Kirk has become a major hurricane sometime earlier this evening. Actually, Kirk right now. So here's the latest on Kirk. I'm not sure if this information is accurate, but it says that hours and hours ago, Kirk was a Category 1 hurricane approximately 1,140 miles from the... Kirk was a Category 1 hurricane approximately 1,140 miles from the Lesser Antilles with 85 mile per hour winds with 85 mile per hour winds with 105 miles per hour wind gusts. The system is moving from the northwest at 13 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is at 28.94 inches of mercury. That's the latest on Kirk. On Kirk. I'm not sure this information has been updated. I will check more once I get the updates. And of course, Tropical Depression 13, this information may be a little out of date, but Tropical Depression 13 has actually become Tropical Storm Leslie. So, Hurricane Kirk is peak wind intensity at 125 miles per hour winds. So Hurricane Kirk is actually a Category 3 hurricane. And Tropical Storm Leslie. Here's what's the latest on Leslie. On Sunday, the National Hurricane Center began to monitor a tropical wave producing limited shower activity near the coast of West Africa. The next day, which would have been Monday, the 30th, a broad area of low pressure formed along waves south of the Cabo Verde Islands amid conditions conducive for additional development. The storm became gradually better organized as a broad closed circulation developing earlier this morning, meaning resulting in the formation of Tropical Depression 13. Later on today, the storm strengthened, becoming Tropical Storm Leslie, was slowly moving to the west within a moderate wind shear environment due to the outflow from Hurricane Kirk to its northwest. So, my hurricane information, baby, slightly out of date. It was from since earlier this afternoon. So, hopefully some of this info can be updated by tomorrow morning. I will keep you guys posted if it works. But anyway, let's jump onto excuse me. Anyway, let's jump onto it. So tonight we're expecting clear skies, low temperature night. So you folks may want to consider grabbing the jackets before you head out first thing tomorrow morning. So So tonight with clear skies, we should bottom at 58 degrees with an east wind at 4 miles per hour. We're not expecting any rain. Tomorrow going to your, let's see. So tonight with clear skies, we should bottom at 59 degrees. If we were to bottom at 59 degrees, that would be the lowest temperature of the season we've seen so far. Low temperature tonight, 59 degrees with the light east wind. And so tonight we should bottom out at 59 degrees with the light east wind. And we're not expecting any rain. Tomorrow, as we go into your Thursday, it will be a very warm day for us with mostly sunny skies. With a high temperature of 92 degrees with an east wind at 6 miles per hour. And we're not expecting any rain. Now here's what the next 7 to 10 days have in store for us. Excuse me. So we should be expecting clear skies during the overnight hours tonight. We start up tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. to temperature 61 degrees with clear skies. 9 a.m. tomorrow with mostly sunny skies, so we should be up to 69 degrees. Noon tomorrow with mostly sunny skies, so we should be up to 83 degrees. 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon with mostly sunny skies, so we should be at 90 degrees. 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, we should be at 88 degrees with mostly sunny skies. 9 p.m. tomorrow night with clear skies, we should be down to 75 degrees. So if you folks have not gone out to the Red River Revel, then why bother miss it? So it looks like it's going to be great weather for the Red River Revel since we're in its midpoint. So you have a few days to check out this year's Red River Revel at Festival Plaza here in downtown Shreveport. And of course the last day is this coming Sunday, October 6th. So here's what the next 7 to 10 days have in store for us. So tonight with clear skies, 59 degrees, that would be the lowest temperature we've seen here since April 23rd. That would be low temperature tonight, 59 degrees. That would be the lowest temperature Shreveport has had since April 23rd. The last time we were in the 50s. Been nearly almost 6 months. Low temperature tonight, 59 degrees, the coolest temperatures of the season so far. With the light east wind, and we're not expecting any rain. Tomorrow will be a very warm day for us with mostly sunny skies. High of 92, low of 62. We have an east wind at 6 miles per hour, no rain is expected. And of course, with that, the very warm summer-like trend will continue even as we go into your Friday. It will be mostly sunny through much of it. It will be very warm with mostly sunny skies. It will be very warm with mostly sunny skies for your Friday. High of 94, low of 67. Winds will be from the east-northeast at 8 miles per hour, no rain is expected. But we could like to have a slight weather change coming up for Saturday. We start to deal with some clouds late Friday into Saturday. Having a system fair enough to produce a couple of showers and thunderstorms is possible. Something I haven't had in the forecast in over a few days. So it will be partly cloudy and very warm with a couple of showers and thunderstorms possible, especially in the afternoon with the high of 91, low of 70. Winds will be from the east at 8 miles per hour and chance rain 30%. And of course, we'll wrap up the weekend on Sunday and very unusually warm with sunshine with the high of 96, low of 68. Winds will be from the northeast at 8 miles per hour, chance rain 10%. Monday, we start up next week. It will be very warm with plenty of sunshine, high of 91, low of 60. Winds will be from the northeast at 7 miles per hour and chance rain not greater than 10%. Tuesday, it will be plenty sunny and less humid. Sunny and rather comfortable. High of 86, low of 56. Winds will be from the northeast at 8 miles per hour. Chance, and of course, no rain chances is set up for your Tuesday. And also for your Wednesday, it will be a warm day for us with plenty of sunshine. High of 88, low of 60. Winds will be from the northeast at 6 miles per hour. We're not expecting any rain as we go into your Wednesday. That's the middle of next week. Looks like we could close out next week with lots of sunshine, the continuation of sunshine and rather dry conditions. Next Thursday, which is the 10th, highs will be in the low 90s with sunshine with no rain expected. Friday the 11th, sunshine continues with highs in the low 90s, no rain expected. And highs should be in the upper 80s with no rain expected for next Saturday, which is the 12th. So, no major weather changes expected within the next 7 to 10 days. The only rain chance we make, the only slight chance that you will see is what we're expecting is for your Saturday. So we're expecting high temperatures to remain at or mainly above normal for the foreseeable future. So we're going to continue the overall, almost dry and warm pattern. So I will have to monitor because it looks like that. So one thing for sure, eventually eventually at some point, we're eventually at some point we're gonna have to start getting in some rain, because we're just constantly, because the vegetation is rapidly drying out. Especially because we've gone at least a week without rain now. It looks like the dry streak is going to continue. Of course, we may get a null in our dry streak for the upcoming weekend, which is Saturday. And of course, we return to mainly warm and dry weather to get into the end of the weekend to start the next weekend and on from there. So we have highs in the low 90s, in the low to mid 90s all the way through Sunday. We have highs in the low 90s each day through at least Monday. Several days of summer-like temperatures in the afternoon, with nighttime lows should be in the 60s. We're in the upper 50s for tomorrow morning, in the lower 60s for Friday morning. Of course, we'll have lows in the 60s for both tomorrow night, Friday morning. So high temperatures. We're in the low to mid 90s each day through at least Sunday. Looks like the warmest day of the next several of these days will be Sunday. Then we'll kind of start to see a lowering in temperatures. How about that low temperature, 56 degrees? That would be the coolest temperatures we've seen since the spring. Coolest temperatures we've had here in Shreveport. We've seen here in Shreveport since April. 56 degrees. How about that? Tuesday night, Wednesday morning in a week, with plenty of sunshine and strong upper level high pressure, which will keep warm. So of course we have a northwesterly flow, which will help lower our high temperatures a bit, not too far from normal. So we should have highs in the mid to upper 80s by this time next week, before warming again toward the end of next week. So it looks like for the next 7 to 10 days, I do not see any major intrusions of cold Arctic, any major intrusions of much cooler fall-like weather to arrive. But only time will tell. But eventually, we'll start to see cooler temperatures and maybe even better rain chances. 90 rain chances. No rain expected for both tomorrow or Friday. Both days are looking dry. I have a 30% chance for Saturday, 10% for both Sunday and Monday, and no rain expected for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And of course, I expect rainfall to be under 1/10 of an inch. So unfortunately, not much rain. Not much rain is in the picture over the next several days, other than what's on the way for Saturday. So, if you're a fan of unusual warm and dry weather as we start off October, then this is the forecast I have for you. Now, the 2020 week 5 of the 2024 NFL season begins tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. on Amazon Prime between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Atlanta Falcons. And of course, the Cowboys will play against the Pittsburgh Steelers Sunday night, and the New Orleans Saints will play against Kansas City Monday night. Well, my time is up. That will be all that I have for you guys here on this Wednesday night. Once again, my name is Felton Parker, and I'm officially signing off here on this Wednesday night. You guys have a good night, sleep peacefully, take care of yourselves and each other. Most of all, remain blessed and stay safe. Thank you.